Hey everyone, it's Doc Progeny here. I've been asked how to make a snapshot of your particular database such that you can freeze it in time. The easiest way to do this is to simply take a copy of your database and log file. And how you do that kind of depends on how you're logging in. So I'm going to show you both ways. The first is the simplest. So if you're logging into Progeny from the PC client, for example, and you're logging into a local database, this will show you where your database is. I'll just show you that you can log in. Should pop up. There you go. And you'll see it says local and it tells you where on your drive it is. So on mine, it's on the desktop in this local demo file. So if I want to take a snapshot of that database, I simply go to that location when I'm not logged in, ideally. And then I can simply copy this to another drive, a memory stick, or something like that. And if you want to be really specific, it's not a bad idea just to change the name to today's date, like so. So that's the simplest way. I would then put it in its own folder, probably date the folder as well. So then when you log into that database, you will be fixed at that point in time. Okay, so that's the simplest way if you're working with a local demo. But what happens if you aren't? So if you click on your login screen, and if you're working with web version, it's always going to be this second way. So if you're using a network connection to the demo, for example, and you log in, you're going to see here it's Progeny 10 is the service, Progeny 10 demo is the database. To make a copy of this, you really have to have access to Sybase Central or the Progeny Database server software. You can see I'm logged in here. I've come in from this icon on my desktop, and you can see that I'm running the Progeny 10 service here. If I want to look inside that service, I simply double click on it, go to configuration, and it's going to show me where all the databases are stored, for example. So for example, the Progeny 10 demo is on the C drive under Progeny DB folder, Progeny 10 demo. So what I'm going to do to use this and just to copy it as using File Explorer, I simply right click on that service, stop it like so, and I should then get a little red arrow just here. And then using File Explorer, I do basically the same as I did for the desktop. So if I come here onto this, I go into Progeny DB, and you'll see here Progeny 10 demo.db. And I simply, again, just make a copy of these two, copy it into its own folder, and again, ideally, change the name, put on the date so you know when that copy was created. Just bear in mind that when you copy a database, the usernames and passwords are for that database froze in time. So if on your main production database you change your username and password, bear in mind you won't be changing it on the snapshot. So that's a good way of making these backup copies for you. So I'm going to leave things there. If you've got any questions, just send me a message and